Hello, Boris here with another episode of the Abdani campaign. Took a while to bring this one out, so apologize, but that was due to some unforeseen events in my family. Not all of them good, but as a result, I needed to take some time off and figure out what was going on as far as mitigating the risks involved with some of the things, seeing what I could attend and what I can't. I did lose somebody, but it was nobody in the immediate family, but it was nonetheless someone very important to me. But anyway, so last time we covered a lot of history and kind of led things up to the campaign. I do not have my prince in charge of the army, and there's a reason for that. The king obviously is governing at Atlanta itself. The prince, Moritax, is a lord. He has a special income associated buff, which I kind of want to use for that. I didn't want to necessarily conquer this province and have him in charge of that because, well, West Rome still controls a decent amount of territory, and we're going to come into contact with some other guys. In fact, looks like these guys right here, or here, or here. Anybody? Anybody at all? Apparently not. Says somebody else owns this. I don't know who. We're probably going to find out very shortly. I've got the army marching through western Wales towards the area which will one day be Cardiff. I put because I liberated Britons here and they're the first time they showed up, they are now my allies, which is great. I kind of want that. And I do have trade relations with them. I think I also have their capacity to move through land. Does it say military access? Yes, it does. So that's good. Caledonians still like me. I don't necessarily like them, but is what it is for now. So we'll continue. Oop. And I can issue an edict. I thought I'd already done that. Religion. Could do public order +5 bonus from presence of Celtic paganism, which I think is most useful here. So that's what we're gonna do. So the Aegis of Tautatus, a war god, one of the war gods. To tell the truth, they're pretty much all war gods. I'm surprised I don't have something associated with Mab in Celtic mythology. Mab or the Morrigan is very dangerous yet powerful person. Of course, enters Arthurian legend as well as the early Celtic religions. The Mabinogion, which is a story of early Brittonic legends written down in Welsh heritage, even have a namesake of Mab in it. Aegis of Tautatus. That's what we did. Well defended coastline keeps wolves from the door. Why do I feel like Patton is saying this? Religion, regional defense, religion defense force. Wow, that's interesting. That would be cool, but no. It keeps me strong and ready for trouble. Way to practice. Okay, so construction costs -5 in military buildings. Research rate. A way to practice. I guess because it's a training weapon, I get the research, but I'm not sure about the -5 in construction costs. Magic shield. Okay, Illyria and the Suebi are at war with the Western Empire, which is fine. We're gonna keep eviscerating them. I feel like Corinium is wanting it, so we're gonna march down there and take it.
Is there nothing else? We take this settlement for the tribe!
I don't have much of a force here, and I feel like it's a waste.
Oh! Ready for orders! Warriors all!
head back north to the border.
Your next
We're not
command?
gonna make it, which is aggravating. Ambush is good, and morale versus Roman. We need that. Ultimately, I'm going for this one, Champion of the North. The reason for that is because Tier 2 of it, immune to snow attrition. Then this army can go wherever. Any season, which we want that. This campaign, something like that really is effective. So Celtic Spears, I feel like that's a good idea. That way we can upgrade these guys. Maybe. Celtic Levy, yeah. Yeah, we should be able to. We do have an onager still in the mercenary ranks, but those things cost immensely, so no, we're not going to do that. They are very much still Celtic. We did raid them, so that's going to play out not in our favor if we want it to remain Celtic. That was kind of my bad, but it says looter sack 3 different settlements. So I should be able to get that. These are, by the way, chapter-specific victory points. They give you rewards of money, in this case. Some of them give you units, but this one gives us money. Nordic shipbuilding techniques. I suppose we probably ought to get that. Survive until 400. We're gonna do that. Shouldn't be a problem. Maintain 10 naval units. That might be a problem. Hold a port settlement adjoining each of the following sea regions: Oceanus Atlanticus and Zagontium. And we already did that one, Golden Opportunity. So apparently we were supposed to sack Northern Wales, which is probably fine, but that is an issue. How do we, unless we go over to Brittany and create a colony over here, which we might do, I don't understand how we're going to be able to do that. This Oceanus Atlanticus is this. Right here, I think. We'll see. Let's just first get through the winter. If all goes well, the Roman forces may be overwhelmed by all of the barbarians coming across the Rhine and across from the North Sea. If that happens, then I think we're going to be in better shape, honestly, but we'll see. We'll see. The Lazages against the east. Fair enough.
For the tribe!
Oh, well, there's Britain, so I might just
get the stakes up!
Actually,
ready
let's
for
move
orders.
A little closer.
Starting
so we
out!
can support them if they decide they
look
want to take
to the
state.
defenses!
Because, believe me, I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, that public order should be in good shape after we do that, I think. Doratius. Tell you what we're gonna do with him. We're gonna adopt him because he's proven to be a great general. By adopting him, makes him slightly more loyal. It also means that if we make him get into offices, they count towards our faction. Well, now. The Saxons, huh? That would explain who that other force was. I'm gonna let them go ahead and do it. And they took it. They took it. That's fine. Fair enough. tell me we're going to be at war with the Saxons. Appropriate, I suppose, but a little early. It really wouldn't start happening till well into the 5th century. But I do believe that one of the main generals in charge of the Saxon forces, if not both of the army generals, are associated with the historical... I'll get to this in a second. The historical generals or mercenary captains that came to Britannia on behalf of the Britons in order to keep the Caledoni and the Picts at bay for the Romano-British aristocracy, which had been abandoned when Honorius sent the legions across in 400. So, here we are, a cycle of Olam Ri. In the Celtic campaigns, you get this. So let's see what we got here. We want a general, and if we play our cards right, we'll get an uber general here. Centuries of oppression and uncertainty have smothered the spirit of the Celtic people, but their glorious past, preserved in legend, provides the last glimmer of hope to a generation seeking a new beginning. At the ancient heart of the island, the young Ri, which just means king, oddly enough, departs determined to discover the future in store for his people. He will find knowledge of it or forge it himself. So we're going to head to the lake, because in Celtic mythology, the water is the gateway to the underworld. One of the gateways, one of the main ones, into the spirit realm. Character adopted Doratios. Yep, so that worked. And our power shifted Lysenios is ready for Overseer, so now plus 14% wealth from industrial buildings, which is great. And we'll go for that. We'll open up everything else there. We got morale for ranged infantry units, which really we don't need, so that's fine. We can get this, and we can afford it, so we're going to do it. That'll just increase our capacity to... oh yeah, plus 5 to public order. Artists, so next turn our public order problems are all gone. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to show this. Our garrison is increased, which is great. I see Britain has, in fact, headed back north. That's fair enough.
Get moving!
We're gonna do likewise. So,
is there nothing
go.
Else?
Let's see how the Saxons are dealing with us. They don't hate us, but they're gonna soon. Fair enough. So yeah, now that we've got him in our family, let's marry him to somebody. Because we have... yeah, she won't be of marriageable age in time. We'll pick someone from the realm. I could try to forge an alliance through a marriage somewhere around here, but to tell the truth, he'd be more loyal to them than to me, because I just adopted him. But this will at least keep him
ready for
loyal
battle.
to me. It's very important, because he's shaping up to be a good general. So yeah, the Saxons came over, those two generals, or two captains, which were brothers, came over on behalf of the Romano-British after the legions departed, and Honorius pretty much told the entire Romano-British aristocracy, fend for yourself, so of course they went towards private armies, and since armies are expensive, they ended up pooling their sources, electing a person in charge of them, which took the old, or at least according to legend, took the old title of Ri, or Britanwalda, overlord of Britannia, and ended up being named. That person was a person by the name of Vortigern. So here we are, an old man sits at the bank. Remember, we went to the lake. If this riddle is solved, he promises to give the Ri the salmon of knowledge. Oh, wonderful, I get a fish. A manifestation of every truth in the universe. I was an armed warrior. Now a bold young retainer covers me with gold and silver and twisted coils of wire. Sometimes men kiss me, sometimes I call close comrades to battle with my arms. Am I a druid or a horn? A cup or an instrument? Or rich and powerful, a druid is still ultimately the tool of others. No. You grab the fish and run. The old man will not follow you. Yoink! Well, that's interesting. Old young retainer. A horn. This bride seems suitable. Does she now? She's a drunkard. Cunning, personal influence. Her cunning is... So his cunning will go down. My dominion is huge, my control is great. If I turn her down... Yeah, no, she is not the one we seek. We can do better. So the Geats and they are at war with the west, the Gepids with the east. So lines are being drawn.
Warriors all!
Because of Vortigern's policy of bringing the Saxons as mercenaries to Britannia, he will be seen as a pariah by Britain ever since. His name goes down along with Benedict Arnold for the Americans as a traitor to his people. Of course, in his defense, he most definitely didn't know that was going to happen. We're going to do a militarized society to keep down the military bank.
Ready for battle.
And apparently, no, that's not an upgrade. That's just a different type of unit. That's nice. I'm so glad that happened. We do have Celtic spears here now, which is nice. Great. Okay.
For the tribe!
Unless I have to be on my own land, which that's probably not happening.
On the move, lads!
Lindum might be worth sacking, actually.
Starting out!
Ooh, although a Boracum is a much juicier target. It's also a bigger defense with walls and everything else.
Ready for battle!
Plus, that's pretty much our stopper against the Caledonian. Not that it's going to do a whole lot of good.
None will escape!
We're going to go
We
sack
take
it.
this settlement for the tribe!
That's a remarkably big garrison, so we're going to fight this one. So, Lindum, or Lincoln, will be our attack now. I mean, we gotta do this before the Saxons build a kingdom over here, which they're ultimately gonna do. Not that it's gonna follow exactly historically accurate, but frankly, I can see this happening, and there's no way around it. They've gotten two cities right now, and they're gonna get more really quickly. That's gonna really affect the gameplay. I don't think Britain is gonna be able to hold the main island of Britannia. I think it's just gonna fold because the Saxons are very warlike, and their religion spreads a lot faster. I think more Christianity in the British Isles for some reason. Also rather historical at this time. So, stop deployment.
missile-armed warriors.
Alright. So, do that.
Battle group, awaiting your word.
By the way, I turned down vegetation, so although less pretty, it should run a heck of a lot better, I hope. Something about the vegetation just takes so much effort in Attila. I don't know why. Who knew grass was going to be that
Battle group
heavy.
awaiting your word. Ready for battle?
We'll go ahead and put our general and
Warriors group.
bands together. We can get these guys in the forest. I feel like that's a good use for them.
Battle group ready.
They do
Our
have some
aim is true.
rather nice capacities.
Prepare to attack.
Yeah, so there we go.
As I look at this proud army, I am certain the day shall be ours. We fight for ourselves, to bathe in the blood of battle. We fight for each other, to protect and serve. We fight for our homeland, to crush and conquer.
Right. Oh, here they come.
Our spears are yours! Fools! Wiser men would flee before our numbers.
Marchers forward. Oh, this should be entertaining.
Damn! Our ambush troops have been
We're
detected.
gonna try for a... Oh yeah, they definitely saw him, so that didn't work quite as well as I
Bloody
wanted, but,
We will pierce.
yeah, we should still be alright.
Bloody war!
However, just to make sure. Surprisingly, they are pulling out of the city, which, I'm okay with. Second Discordus. I'll hand this to you. You're definitely
enemy approaches.
more, definitely a little more brave than most. Get our company band back over here. Yeah, their scout Equintate's pretty wrecked. That was a terrible shot. Why they thought that was the
Spears ready!
Say, for some reason I can't seem to do anything. I feel like I'm getting a whole lot of friendly fire, so we're gonna call that. Here. I'll let you guys fire with your hearts content. Nobody's left back in the city, it's completely deserted. So after we do this, we should have the fire. That's fine. We're gonna march in. Get a turret bonus with these guys. We're gonna use it. We should crush them. Oh yeah, that'll be. That's the battle.
Gods be good! We are moments away from victory!
And you just see bodies flying in the air, disembodied in the air. Disemboweled. Disemboweled? I don't know. Don't care anymore. I slaughtered them. Okay, we're done. So, that was Lincoln in the background, which we never actually got to enter. Not that it mattered. Apparently, even halting that, the friendly fire had already happened. That one unit, 72 kills, but lost most of its men. That's sad. Oh, and laggy, laggy, laggy. This happens on Attila, by the way, for some reason. Sometimes, anyway, not all the time. And we're gonna sack.
Ready for battle!
And then it's fine. That's all. It's just during those screens, for some reason, it gets real
Thirsty for battle!
Not sure why. Not sure if it'll ever be fixed, really. Don't really know. Yeah, we'll give melee defense to these guys. They kind of need it. Surprisingly, we can't move out. Oh, there we go. That's better. So that should give us that other one that we were wanting right there. Yep, so that's good. Still need 10 naval units. We got Nordic shipbuilding techniques somehow, which I'm fine with. We probably aren't getting that one, judging by the time. I mean, there's still a little bit of time, so I might be able to go down here and take the settlement. Show you what I'm talking about right here. Oh wait, that's Oceanus Gallicus. Really? So what, they want me to take that city? That's weird. Yeah, that, I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but why not? We may send the army south to there. I don't think there's gonna be any navies, so we'll be alright. At this point, we're looting, building up income, and power base. Empire building won't happen for a little bit yet. So, surprise, surprise, we're going to Spain. Alright, Britannia does actually take Lincoln, so I'm glad about that one. Horn was correct. The old man hands the gleaming salmon over, but before the Ri can take a bite, he is startled by the sight of a man perched in the branches of a tree. He claims he is Shibna. Bil Shibna. Sahibna? I don't know. A king cursed to have to live a half avian life and driven to leap from tree to tree at the slightest noise. Usually I'm pretty good with Gaelic languages, but this one not so much. That's not Welsh, that might be Irish. Tree to tree at the slightest noise. Try to talk him down or ignore him. The man is clearly insane. Now the Ri has a date with a fish. We're gonna do that one. Yay, I get a fish. Weird. Jutes. Okay, so the Jutes are a thing now.
Ready for battle.
We're gonna come back over here to Zagontium, which appears to be like our base on this territory. We're going to fortify because we want to increase our capacity here to gain some of our manpower back before we take the sea. Let's try that again. Find a wife. There's the Jutes. They are landing, probably going for Boricum, which is fine. That should be the last province the West Romans have. Britannia, of course, is Roman, but I don't foresee them holding that land. They do have a sizable army here, but it's pretty low tier. For that matter, so is mine. I might have to rebuild, but I'm kind of enjoying getting over 2,000 a turn. Oh well. I'm curious to see what the state of the Western Empire is. It usually doesn't survive very long. I think the longest it's ever survived has been without being respawned. That is about I'd say almost 200 years. So almost the 500, almost the year 500, which is pretty rare. Usually within the first like 80 turns, the place is gone. Whoa, wow, okay, Britannia just showed me up. I'm really hoping they can unify, because that would be great. Stone warriors. Exhausted and terrified, a man comes before you to tell you that the earth beneath the ancient standing stones is quaking. Could it be the dead warriors of our enemies coming back to life? Okay. That's a new one. Couldn't find a woman. Balance of power is diminished just a tiny bit. The Franks in Hispania are at war with the Western Empire, which that makes sense. Apparently the Franks are starting their bid for a new war. Okay, what does Acco say? Send a wise man, make an offering, or blood sacrifice. It was a wise man that turned the warriors to stone all those years ago. Send the wise man. That's what we're gonna do. Why not?
For the tribe!
I feel like I should wait a little longer still. So I will. I will. I really wish that the AI would learn that when it's winter and you're taking attrition, they should probably plan ahead and fortify so that they can replenish their numbers, but at least their main army is safe in Boricum, so that's good. I really want these guys to work out. Saxons in the south, Britons in the north, Caledonian Picts sharing Pictland, and the Abdani over here in Hibernia striking out as naval Vikings, essentially. Should be entertaining. So that's the end of Western official empire in Britannia. It's appropriate. Historically, though, that wouldn't happen until at least 400 AD when Honorius, like I said, took the legions out. The last legion at Hadrian's Wall having left. Most of the people there didn't get overrun by the Celts, as popular fiction would have it. Same with the Saxon invasions. They didn't invade as an invading army like you're seeing here. More often than not, they colonized along the Saxon shore, hence its name. And, well, they created societies. They were pagan. I guess it can, depending on your way of seeing things, they corrupted the youth, I think was the term that was used. It seems likely, based upon the genetic information that we've gleaned from this time period through modern people who've taken pests and the like, and they've done studies on it. It seems like the majority of Britain's population after the Saxon invasion was not indeed Saxon, but was still British. The problem was their culture was overrun. I mean, there was definitely some infighting, there was some incursions and some sacking and some attacks. The most famous was Battle of Baden Hill, which happened sometime in the 500s. It was a battle that stopped a military encroachment of the Saxons into British holdings or Britannic holdings, but it was short-lived, and eventually Britannian culture would be forced back into the hinterlands, Pictland, later known as Scotland, Ireland, and of course Wales, which is itself a Saxon name for those people beyond the borders, or Welsh. Comes from the same place as Welk and Welkin folk. Those are other Germanic names for locations throughout Europe that would have also been associated with it. Pay him off? Yeah, sure. Olam Ri of Obstinance. Okay. The Ri has discovered the future of the Celtic people. They will endure by ignoring the troubles of others and weathering the storm on his own broad shoulders. The Ri has become a bastion. He will teach his people the bliss of oblivion, the satisfaction of enduring the whims of fate in a splendid and obdurate isolation. Right, okay. What? It doesn't hurt to keep a few strong arms around. I'm sure it doesn't. So, Lucenios gets beaded trousers. Plus 10 to growth. I guess it's very popular, so people are coming and flocking over to him. That's fine. Irish Galley. For that might be a good idea. And I know what I'm making over in my new Spanish colony I'm gonna build. I think that's a good idea. I could wait. I feel like I probably ought to not though. So
I don't care how tired you are.
There we go.
Our voyage is done.
Oh wow, we are actually. Oh hey, there we go. It's because I was in Allied territory. Duh. I know that. Anyway, and I'm still replenishing, which is awesome. So we're on our way to Spain. Britannia has taken a whole other view here, which is great. Hadrian's Wall separates the Celts from the Britannics, which is kind of just fighting terminology. Okay, there's the Olam Ri of Obstinance, who is replenishment. Okay, armor and morale for ranged infantry. Okay, so that's what we'll do with him. And we're going to adopt him too. We're gonna make lots of new brothers for our prince. That's fine. So, interesting campaign, interesting dynamics. We'll see how these play out. So, what I was saying about Vortigern, essentially, legend has it, he brought the two brothers in their mercenary army in. They fought some battles against the Picts, but then they refused to leave. Some of that might be accurate. The names of those two mercenary captains was probably accurate. The fact they were in charge of mercenaries is probably accurate. Their refusal to leave is probably inaccurate, as it would have made more sense for the Romano-British to keep them close at hand, and that coastline had been raided for centuries by Saxons. It only made sense that they squat there, since they created the devastation. News of the adoption brought them to their knees, and gratitude they offer was of course accepted. So, Olam Ri is now part of my family as well. Wise man lays his hands upon the stones and chants late into the night. When the sun rises the next day, the stones are still standing. There is no sign of the dead warriors' spirits escaping from their stony prisons. Yay, so we get plus 10 bonus from presence of Celtic paganism in all provinces, which of course only affects our one province, but still. It's the thought that counts. Okay. Well, it had to happen sometime. We no longer get replenishment. We're gonna go on down the coast by the Bay of Biscay, looks like. Britannia's got the same
Waiting for a
idea,
new
but we'll let
course.
them have Brittany. We'll go on towards Spain. Wow, look at that, plus 11 public order. That is awesome. So, yeah, they have all of Britannia Inferior, so they got the entire province. It'd be great if they could have taken Saxon lands, but, you know, that's fine. As it is, might... Oh yeah, we'll get you married, because we want the Olam Ri to survive. He might, in fact, be the ancestor of a one-day king of the Irish, but... any rate, that's kind of the way that'll go. In referring to the situation historically,
My people can only dream of
military
wealth like
alliance.
yours. Can you not spare some for
They
us?
want me to pay money? No. Fix, you're on your own. But simply put, their culture invaded more than the armies invaded of the Saxons, based upon genetic information and historical research lately. Seems more likely that their culture and their ways were more enticing than the Romano-British, which for the large part were still very Roman and very bitter about the fact that Rome had abandoned them. So they adopted a lot of the Saxon ways, and ultimately their religion as well, for a good century and a half to 2 centuries in most places. It wasn't until King of Kent married a French or Frankish queen that arrogant. Now we can deal with that. Personal influence and authority? Yeah, we'll do that. Take her hand. Alright, so we can expand that out. Which we're ultimately gonna do. We get 10 there. Based upon the amount that we're getting off of this, what we got down here? Nothing out of those. Celtic Axe Band. Anything else? Celtic. Whoa! Look at that. Archers, onager, Celtic crossbows, kerns, Fianna bowmen. Wow. Irish Brigantes warband. Northman mercenaries and Irish Carrad spears for the bone crafter. Oh man, look at this. Lots of fun stuff. Celtic axe warriors, gallow glasses, Frankish mercenary spearmen, Roman auxilia, sons of Cuchulainn, and King's warband, Fianna. Oh, the choices. Oh, the choices. I love it. Oh, wow. Smith's Guild looks nice, so we're gonna do that one. So, Artisan first, because, wow. Okay, that was pretty neat. Who was at war with the West? Marians and Gaul? That's appropriate. So, anyway. So that's most likely what happened with the population of the Romano-British. They continue to live there. At least officially, they were the same people. But they're most likely were a different culture, ultimately, and that different culture lent them to diversity against those who refused to conform to the Saxon way, and they eventually got pushed into Wales. So that is the Welsh. Ireland always kept good trade, but relatively unaffected by what was going on the larger island. The Picts continued to do their raids as they used to do against Roman lands, though they also intermarried with people along what remained of the wall, um, creating a colony there. The Romanized influence of those colonies on the wall, built around the old fortified settlements or fort settlements associated with the garrison forts, would permeate Pictish society and create kind of an amalgamization similar to what was going on south of the wall, in the sense that they kept Roman culture alive to the extent of administration, thus creating a unified
Our favor and friendship is
kingdom.
rarely expressed in such golden terms.
Yeah, I can afford it, and I don't mind. I want to keep them happy, and right now they're deteriorating, so yeah. That's not good. Kinna, I'll prop you up for now. You might be useful. The gift of speed. They give me a rag of fine colts. Well, that's nice. Military maneuvers, animal cunning, right? So the Markomans against West. Engels are fighting the Jutes. That's appropriate. Himyar versus the Nabateans. Means they're making headroads into the southern part of the Eastern Empire, apparently, which is fine. So, Atako. After Akko, talk to me. What do you got? We will sell them. We need money. Well, we don't really, but you know. Okay, so my key raider, keep heading south.
Ready. Row, God's curse
Along
ya.
the coast of Spain. Yep, Saxons actually control that shoreline
The
as well,
sea
so wow,
beckons.
we're looking at a Saxon empire. That's interesting. The Franks will probably be at war with them shortly, because they're not going to let that go. Steelforge sounds great, because I want those specialized units for the Olam Ri's army, which we are going to make. So, yeah, but that was the theory. So that was administrative, cultural aspects that got perpetuated north of the wall, helped to create a kingdom which became known as Pictland, which would later be overturned by Scotland through marriage. But Pictland eventually adopted Christianity roughly about this time. There was still a lot of Christians within its borders, thanks to Irish missionaries that created Irish versions of monasteries on some of the lands, though this was still quite a bit before St. Columba, which is one of the most famous of the warrior saints of Ireland. Part of the monastic tradition of Ireland was to it was part of the Christian duty to go and form new monasteries and new Christian societies in the pagan lands. So, of course, he went north towards Pictland and created one at one of the islands up in this area, but I actually believe it's that one. The name of it escapes me right now. I want to say Argylla, but I know that's wrong, I think. Drunk on watch. This man was drunk. Wait, man, we're getting a lot of events suddenly. Lucenios. Say suddenly, but I guess I really only did one turn the last time. So, what do we want for the king? We want... He is breathed. In the Gaelic world, this man's word is law. That's right. So, public order +4, authority +2. He will be a king to remember. And we're gonna do public order -2, but we'll get Celtic Ban and Celtic Warband. Yes. That'll be nice. Artisan is done, as we saw. I don't know why I'm saying that now. Lanikos. The watering down of our elite troops with these bumpkins seems to be the main cause. Okay, flogging. as we usually do. Seems appropriate. Everything seems appropriate today, by the way. I'm not sure why I love that word right now. It is 398, and we're approaching the coastline. In fact, this is Atlanticus, and it is open to attack and under Roman control. Awesome. So we might be able to do this. This should be fun. Oh yeah. So we'll try this again. Meanwhile, as I said, south of the wall, Saxons were establishing a kingdom of their own. They had other mercenaries there. The Jutes and the Angles, of course, showed up. They created colonies of their own, the Jutes to the south and to the north, in areas of Northumbria as well as Kent. In fact, they created Kentwarber, which was a small kingdom to the south, at one point dominating southern England, but later on became a minor player. Mercia was historically Angle central area. Most of the areas known as East Anglia and West Anglia, which was Mercia, were colonized by the Angles, obviously. And because in the late Dark Ages and Middle Dark Ages, Mercia was the quintessential main kingdom in England, that's why Anglian stuck as the term. So we made 1,000 coin. That's great. I do not mind that.
Tribe. Get the blockade set up.
We could have done an invasion by sea, but honestly, I want my troops. So we're gonna fight this. This will be our colony on the shoreline of Spain. We're going to set up a raiding fort here, I think. Gaius Caesar. Oh no. I'm glad that's not the famous one. I might die. He's got some pretty good units though, so it looks like Comitatenses here, and the Limitani spearmen are now Comitatenses spears, which are pretty tough. Still stage 1s. Exploratores were light infantry, and still some equites, so we'll see what we can do. We should be able to take the city though, I think.
Our spears are yours.
Yeah, we'll just go along the shoreline here because we got the capacity, and now that we got these guys, we can form a spear wall if we so choose. At the moment, though, I think I'm gonna continue to use these forces a little different. Of course, because we're a Celtic faction, we can go up to the ambush line if we so want. I'm gonna hang back here though, just for the time being. Once we take this city, we're probably gonna rebuild it because rebuild the army because, well, we really need to. All right, put them there, and I'm actually thinking these guys would be best right along the coastline, just in case we get attacked from there.
We are up against Rome, men, in all her glory, pomp, and pretty costumes. They have trained for weeks to fight us. Their masters pay them money to do it, and yet it is our privilege to kill them for free.
That's right, it is. Okay, these guys.
The enemy has been spotted.
That should be entertaining.
We will crush the enemy with our greater numbers.
Coming out. Attack. That's fair enough, I guess.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Oh, they're gonna try for it.
Follow me. Battle ready. Shield wall now.
Oh, shield wall. It's not as effective as, say, some of the morning groups, but put them on fast. Well, that worked out, so bring those guys up now. That's good, that's good. We're gonna march our cavalry around now that we've gotten their attention. More authorized. We're actually gonna use our cavalry skirmish method because that's what we're good at. We're gonna take some casualties from the walls.
We will pierce their hearts.
Alright. Actually, I think we're gonna send skirmishers over to take care of them. I think. So
God
them up.
protect us.
Them up.
Move it. Battle ready.
Probably gonna activate these guys. Please, take care of them.
Ready. They're trying to take out our general. Defend him.
Alright, back to regular shot because. Oh yeah, I'm getting 5 shots in. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm okay with that.
Our aim is true.
Oh yeah, get shot both sides. Oh my. I see what you're doing.
We have destroyed the enemy tower!
Alright, so, pull these guys.
The gods want blood!
Apparently, I'm torching the city, which I'm okay with. Nope, do not attack my cab. Not allowed. Yeah, those guys are annoying. That's just regular Legio. I'm impressed. So they turned out to be
Ready for battle!
We're gonna get our Celtic band all the way over that way. Yeah, that'll work.
We will pierce their hearts!
Same principle as before.
Ready yourselves! Our aim is true!
Push them in.
The men are broken and are
Push them
fleeing!
in. Love those guys. Oh yeah. That's the end of that. We have flank break. That's fine. So, fire.
Victory!
There we
This
go.
is your day!
Alright, so most of the city's intact. That's fine. More experience in some of these real quick since we're not under attack from any of the towers. Okay. We're gonna occupy this city, as I said. We're gonna make it a raiders center, so we'll build it accordingly. Now, the only problem with being on the mainland is that we become a lot more vulnerable to patrolling Roman legions. and Spain should be relatively still in.
Yeah!
But we will occupy.
For the
Get
tribe!
1,000 talents for it. Let the lag disappear, so give it a moment. Anytime now. Or don't, that's fine too. So, we gotta do that. Get that taken care of, but we are probably going to get rid of the farm. We're going to make fishing ports here. And then probably a well at the moment. Oh yeah, Costa Rica and bragh are still very much. Okay, that's very weird. Apparently if I'm up like this, I'm fine. So bragh and Costa Rica are going to be potentially places that I need to take. Let's see if, now that we won that battle, oh yeah, we'll try that again. And see if we can find a wife for our greatest general. Londinium is actually still in Roman control. Didn't think it was. Looks like the Saxons are probably going to take it while Britain raids, which is fine, I guess. I would rather Britain take that. Watch them turn out to be the biggest threat I got. That's going to be interesting. But, anyway, here is probably where I'm going to leave it. We did get our second settlement, this time along the coast of Iberia. I believe we've got everything now. Well, minus the 10 units. Not much we can do about that. And frankly, I don't need it. It's going to be too much money. But we will leave it here for the time being, and next time we will see where the Irish campaign lends us. So until then, I will see you later.